Money can't buy you happiness. False. It buys you car parts. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Danator channel and another episode of Through-A-Billy's Project Poorvette. Where we last left off, Through-A-Billy finally got the last of the fuel issue figured out, and now the car is running really good. So in this video, we're going to see Through-A-Billy upgrade the wheels and tires on his car, throw on a nice brake kit, and then upgrade the wheels and tires on his car. Enjoy the video. Okay, so changed the oil in the Vette. Taking a look at my tires. I know I need new tires for this car. Here's the reason why. See along this, it's got nice crack in it. You know, just cracking through the treads and stuff. So why I really haven't driven the car that much is because I'm afraid to have a blowout or something. I've just been driving it about 30 miles an hour or less. A couple times I got into it just to see how the engine's running, but not really wanting to do anything too fast or too far with this car for right now because of that. So of course, as you know, I've got the 97 Firebird. Got a set of 17-inch WS6 Trans Am wheels. I'm planning on putting on the Firebird, but these tires need to be replaced too. There's not much tread left on them, but at least the rubber looks like it's intact for right now. This is the rear. Of course, it's slicker than snot right now because the guy that had these on his Trans Am was having a lot of fun with them. Just taking a look at the tires and their dimensions, these appear to be just about the same size. It's just a little bit smaller, but the width I think is the same. So I'm gonna put these on there. Probably need to run a spacer on these or not. I don't really know. Not sure yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and put these tires on here just so I can drive the car a little bit. Haven't really been able to do it. The back tires aren't exactly any better tread than what I've got on the Trans Am wheel. But again, this crack's got me worried this tread's gonna separate. Really don't know if I want to keep these on there, just get new tires for the 17s and actually just put them on the Vette, or continue my project for the 97. Anyway, I'm gonna put these on there and just see how they look. Too small. Thought it'd be cool to put that Vette center cap on there, but it's too small. For all the Vette purists, I'm sure this is making you cringe right now. I'm only doing this because this has slightly better tires than the stock tire rims have on. I do need to get new brakes for this. I did inspect the pads. I forgot to show it on the camera, but the pads are really thin right now, so. Okay, so I'm going to check the tire pressure and we'll get that right where it needs to be. We'll go take it for a test drive. I'm going to take it for a spin and maybe make these bald tires in the back a little bit balder. What do you say? Mm-hmm. All right, let's do it. All right, so it's definitely driving a lot smoother than it was with the original rims and tires that were on it. A little bit softer ride, not as bumpy and rigid and squirrely. So definitely got better there. The fuel pressure regulator is doing its job. The engine's idling pretty smooth now. Got good throttle response. It doesn't want to choke out and die on me when I'm driving. Sounds like I've got the fuel system all sorted out. There's a lot of odds and ends that I need to get done on this car yet to make it really reliable. I've got to get some brakes for this thing. I just checked the brake pads when I had the rims off and they're pretty much down to nothing. I'm gonna look for a spot where we can let some smoke out of these tires, have some fun.
number on the road.
Finally going to be putting new brakes on this thing, thanks to carpartscom. What's nice about carparts.com, I was able to locate the brake package that I need specifically for my 85 Corvette. It was all bundled in one package. All I had to do was add to cart, check out, done. Super simple. Carparts.com. Appreciate them for sponsoring today's video. Today we are going to be changing the brakes, or what's left of the brakes, on my 85 Project Poorvette to a power stop kit, and then on top of it I got a little piece de resistance to add there at the very end, so you want to stick around for that. So without further ado, let's get started on replacing the brakes on my 85 Project Poorvette. I got front and rear rotors and front and rear brake pads. Ooh, shiny. These are directional, and they do have it listed on here which side and location of the car you need. Brake pads, I like these power stop kits, and they give you all the little bracketries and rubber boots and things that you need, even some lubricant with the brake pads. So this is the part number I got, carbon fiber ceramic. It'll cut down on the brake dust. All right, before we get started, I got my voluntold help here. She's gonna help me get the car jacked up. We wanna get it jacked up, secured on jack stands so we can take these wheels off. So let's get started. You ready? Mm-hmm. Are you really ready? Yeah. All right, these Corvettes are kind of finicky. There's really not a good jacking location except for the one that they tell you to do, which is pretty much right over here. So I'm gonna start jacking over on this side, and then I'm gonna put a jack on the other side and try to evenly bring the whole car up, because these things, like I said, are kind of finicky. You don't want them twisted on you. All right, before we get any farther, I want to break these lug nuts loose. Zippity-doo-dah. All right, we'll keep jacking up, then we take the wheels off. Is your tire off the ground yet?
Yes.
All right, we're good. So I got some wheel chocks on, got the jacks underneath the vehicle and the A-arm there. I got the hydraulic jack. Even though the jack stands are on there, I still like to keep my jack underneath there just as an extra precaution. Okay, so I got a 15 millimeter on there. These aren't typically super tight, and there's a kind of a jam nut here I gotta get. My croissant wrench. Hang on a second. All there is to it there. Set this up here. But there's cracks in it. They're due. Okay, now that the caliper's off, I have to take this caliper bracket off. There's two big bolts on the back side here. One right there. Another one right there. 21 millimeter wrench here. I already broke this one loose, so make sure my wrench fit. Rain's coming. Thought I could beat it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Caliper bracket is off. I like to put all the hardware back where I got them from so I don't lose them. Ask me why I do that. She's gonna look good with the other set on her. Checking my wheel bearing here. Still in good shape. All right, let's go to the other side, get her tore down. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Don't laugh.
He was turning it the wrong direction. So it wasn't as tight as you thought.
It's actually quite loose.
Oh, well, pardon me, Mr. Perfect! I guess I forgot that you never ever make a mistake!
So after a quick downpour, I got my tent put up. This looks like the front brakes here. child-proof. Not quite sure what's front side, back side yet, because these are all the same, but these are a little bit different. We'll figure it out. Front passenger side.
Shinier than the last ones.
Just a little bit. That looks mighty fine. So I got my caliper bracket. It says Corvette on it. That's pretty neat. But I've been trying to get this brake dust off of here, and I'm revealing red paint. And then as I'm scrubbing the black crud off, I'm also taking the red paint with it. So here's a little bit of a before and after. Just took my wire brush here on my grill and just got all that brake dust off of there. You can see how it's shinered up pretty nice. It's not perfect, but I took my dust caps off, the sliders off. I'm gonna get those cleaned up, put some new high temp grease in there, and then we'll be ready to put this back on the car. All right, so I got the new boots put on, re-greased. Those are cleaned up. Let's get them on the car. Just gonna work on cleaning these up a little bit, and then once I get them clean, we'll throw it all back together. All right, so my manual says that 85 on up, the bolts that hold on the caliper bracket are like 137 foot-pounds. Since I don't have a socket that'll fit on this for my torque wrench, I'm just gonna have to do the old elbow torque wrench. So I'm gonna get it on there until my elbow pops at least twice, then I know I'm good. Just the right amount of too much. One of the coolest things about the Corvette are these clamshell hoods. Can't say that I've ever been able to stand up while doing a brake job on a car. Love how open this is. Really cool design. All right, time to torque it down. Click, click. There we go. Pretty sure I backed that all the way down, but it looks like it's coming back up. Anywho's, ones with a little bump on it, I have to put on this side, because otherwise it won't sit right over here. So the other brake pads I had nothing on the backing, nothing at all. So just guessing here. Almost forgot this side. I put grease on the sliders on the other side. Supposed to do it over here too. Got a little ahead of myself. Just so excited about this. I want to get it done. Pretty much just put it on the surface of the caliper bracket here. Give that something to slide on instead of just binding up on metal. Hold your home, don't be afraid. She's tighter than my wallet. Band-aid list. That's what happens when you get your finger too close to the wire brush while it's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
It hurts.
I'm going the right direction this time on this one. Just go to my elbow pops and we're good to go. I didn't know what these were. These are sliders that fit down here. That's where these springs ride on, and that's 2 cores that'll just bind and catch on it. So those fit in there. I'm able to grease those, which will make these slide in and out better. So I'm going to install these into my caliper, grease them up, and that's what these are for. All right, so we got the fronts done, and before I can work on the rears, I got to put my wheels back on, drop it down so I can jack up the back, which means I'm gonna have to do the surprise a little early on what I'm probably gonna put on this. So here's the story. I got on Facebook Marketplace looking for some tires. So God blessed me with a opportunity to buy a set of Corvette Z06 style wheels, or reproductions. I got them with tires that have about 2,000 miles on them. So the other day I took them down to a tire shop, they rebalanced them for me, and they're ready to go in the car. So here we are. I got set of 4. Got the center caps over there. I got all 4 of these for 500 bucks. So that's a lot cheaper than I could buy the wheels for, let alone wheels and tires for it. So got provided, got a good set of wheels for this thing. I've been wanting to get these on the car for a really, really long time. If you watched episode 1 of this Poorvette series, you saw the stock 1985 16-inch wheels, turbines. Not bad, I liked them. I was looking for tires for them, but they're kind of hard to come by and they're pretty expensive. We've actually had these on a Trans Am and he was letting them go for cheap. Plus these are shiny. I got some polishing compound to polish these up here when I get it all on the car. These wheels that are on here right now are bald, but they're still in better shape than the wheels that came on the 85. I've been rocking the WS6 Trans Am wheels on this car for several weeks now, but I can't drive in the rain because they're slick and because I don't have windshield wipers yet. I gotta get that fixed. These were actually growing on me. I actually kind of like the looks of the 5-star wheels on it. Kind of remind me of the 01 wheel, but enough yapping. Let's get these on there and see what they look like. These lug nuts are garbage, but that's all I got. What do you think?
They're cool.
Brake hardware back there really looks nice. So get her down in the comments there. What do you guys think? Do you like the WS6 wheels or do you like the Z06 wheels? Do I have approval? Mm-hmm. Nice. Lug nuts are all torqued down. And start working on the rears. This is really kind of like the second time I've been in these wheel wells. Let's get you in here on this brake pad here, or that's my brake pad for the back. Too many wheel stands. Driver's side, this bushing is falling out, so that's going to be on the to-do list. Let's get some new bushings. A lot of overspray on here. This car's been repainted. These have the e-brake in them, so I don't know how hard that's going to be to take this rotor. All right, just taking a wire wheel and just went through all these aluminum pieces and got all that, well, not all of it. You can see where this overspray was. Just lightly, barely touching it really. And it's just taking that overspray off. Start working on taking these bolts out. Same situation. I've got caliper nut up here and then the caliper mounting bracket right there. There's my brake pads. I'm getting into the rivets, so that's bad. Just barely paper thin. Those are toast.
I love toast.
All right, so I wire brushed that. That cleaned up pretty nice. Been working on just getting everything just kind of cleaned up. The kit comes with new rubber bushings, just like I did on the front. I'm gonna do this for the rear here. Gonna take these off. That one's dry as a bone. Gonna get these cleaned up, put some new fresh grease in it. Get these cleaned up and I'll show you the finished result here in just a second. Rear passenger side.
That is this side.
Got the new boots on, new grease in there. Bottom one actually has to go in through this emergency brake cable. There's a hole down here, it's hard to see. I gotta get the bolt through there. She's gonna get the old elbow torque wrench. Click. I forgot the brake pads.
Those are important. You might need those.
All right, the fun part. All right. Kind of put a little jewelry on it. Rear, driver's side. Torqued. Click. Let's see if this works. It did. Let's get this mess cleaned up, get my new wheel on. call her done. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. We're there. Well, I got the Vette back on the road. Power Stop has a break-in procedure that you need to follow. Basically, you do 5 aggressive stops and 5 moderate stops from a certain mile per hour down to 10 or whatever. And I could feel the brakes getting progressively better. The first time I stomped on them, they didn't really want to stop. The more you do it, the more they seat the brake pads to the rotor. By the end, this thing is a whole new car. As you saw how bad the brake pads were originally, it was pretty sketchy ever to get this thing to really stop. I probably shouldn't have been driving it the way that I was, or when I was, but now I got tread, I've got brakes. This was just a perfect upgrade for this car to make this thing more drivable for me. Let's do a quick walk around and see how she looks now that she's sitting level.
Perfect.
There you have it for this episode of Project Poorvette. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my daughter Alyssa for helping me out. It's kind of a long, grueling afternoon. Special thanks to carpartscom for sponsoring this episode, and Power Stop for their quality brakes. This thing is like a whole new animal. So actually, I'm really going to enjoy driving this car now. It's a little kind of scary and sketchy at first because are you going to stop? Eventually. But now I know I can stop on a dime. This thing is really cool now. Loving the new wheels and tires. Put your comments down below. Do you like the new wheels or do you like the old turbine wheels, or do you like the WS6? What do you think? Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys' support. Continue supporting the Danator channel. Subscribe, hit that alert bell when new content arrives. If you're so inclined, check out the store, get some cool merch. Anyway, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you next time. Special thanks to carparts.com for sponsoring today's video. Guys, if you're searching for replacement parts for your vehicle, give carparts.com a look. Their mobile-friendly site makes it super easy to search for and buy parts online anytime, anywhere, giving DIYers a parts store on demand. Like a boss.